Hello, so today is VegFest day and we're heading out a little bit early and we're gonna walk around kind of where we're staying and check it out a little bit. So I'm gonna film what the outside of the Airbnb looks like, and then I'll film kind of up and down the street a little bit because it really is, I mean, you can kind of see behind me, it's a pretty like scenic neighborhood, and they have the architecture here in LA is just awesome. I love it. So first is our Airbnb. So this is kind of the building that we're staying in, but really we're only just staying in the left side, so pretty much just the bottom floor, this left part here. And I can give you guys a inside tour a little bit later, but we're on our way out, so we'll just walk down the street.
There is a life I lead in this city, hurrying to cut my teeth. I can take what I need to get by, it doesn't make it easy. The other piece of my heart moves slow, somewhere in the great unknown. When I return from the afterglow, will you carry me like I am whole again? Wait, hold on, put me together, take me back where I belong. I want it all, I had a feeling but the feeling is all gone. Wait, hold on, put me together, take me back where I belong. I want it all, I had a feeling but the feeling is all gone.
The end of our street, and we're gonna just kind of walk around a little bit, kind of head in the direction of the park that the VegFest is at, and just kind of see where we end up, and then closer to the time the VegFest starts we'll get an Uber the rest of the way. So we'll catch you at VegFest.
Prawns are very low sodium, only 60 milligrams per tablespoon.
Try that.
Thank
so it's a
you.
cashew-based Parmesan cheese.
All right.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness, that is amazing. Cashew-based parm. Oh my, that is ridiculous. Yeah, we will have to buy some. All right. That tastes like a legit, like, unhealthy crouton. Oh my god. Wow. I heard some amazing things about these people, especially from people who went to the holistic cruise, and the hype is true. So good. I think we're gonna grab some donuts. This will actually pretty much be our breakfast. Hello. So what donuts do you have here?
Okay, let's see. Here's I want to make it.
Oreo, a pistachio lemon, pecan almond, and then we have the raspberry blackberry mint. Also, that's the almond butter right there. We have the down here plain glaze, a triple chocolate, coconut, a chocolate pistachio, a raspberry blackberry mint, a chocolate with rainbow sprinkles, and that's it.
That is amazing. Alright, so we have our donuts here that we just got, and I decided to get a pistachio almond. Or wait, pecan almond?
Pecan almond.
I think it's pecan, yeah, pecan almond. This is Jose's, which one?
Raspberry and mint, something or other.
All right, pecan almond. Oh my gosh, it is that fluffy donut. That's so good. I know. I'm going to inhale this. Bye. All right, now we're gonna share a chocolate with donuts. Chocolate with sprinkles. Look at that. Is it chocolatey?
Duncan who?
Duncan who? Now it's my turn to try the chocolate with sprinkles. Oh my god. That's so good. And then the chocolate like icing or frosting or whatever on it is so good. Alright, so we just got some Italian ice from this place because it's already so warm at like 11 o'clock in the morning and we're feeling a little thirsty, so I mean, Italian ice, man, so good. This is cherry and he also got cherry because it was really good, so yeah. So there's Supreme Banana. I just got a picture with her, but I didn't want to hold her up too long and ask her to be in the vlog itself because she's actually on her way to go do something. So yeah, I'll post a screenshot of the picture here. Alright, I'm here at Happy Healthy Vegans booth. Woohoo! And I'm picking myself up a purple tank. And then my mom's getting a tie-dye shirt. Say hello.
Okay, oh.
This is Happy Healthy Vegans booth. Yay!
Hi.
I've already got their Keep It Carved baby book. I got that last year at VegFest, and Angie signed it for me, which was awesome. Y'all should definitely look them up if you don't already know about them. They're super nice people.
Welcome to LA VegFest. That's the one place in the world where everyone finally understands us. So how many bananas are safe to eat?
It's pretty much impossible to get potassium poisoning. I mean, just eat as many as you want. I'm not advocating, yes, we should eat tons of bananas or eat a certain amount of bananas every day, but eat as many as you feel like eating. It's not going to harm you. It's virtually impossible to die. I think you'd have to, what was it? We cited that stat. It was like 100 bananas in like 30 seconds. You know, virtually impossible.
Why don't you tell us about your unique approach to activism?
So, I wouldn't consider myself an activist on the front lines like many of these individuals are, who I find incredibly inspiring. My approach is a little bit different. I went vegan because I saw slaughterhouse footage and that was it for me. I couldn't eat meat anymore, and I really was so passionate about getting the vegan message out there. I really wanted to help other people, inspire other people, get them to start eating more plants because I felt the benefits and I felt so incredibly vibrant and healthy, and I wanted to share that with people. And my partner and boyfriend Kyle, who's sitting in the front row, he was the one who really pushed me to start doing YouTube because he knew that I would be good at it and that I could reach a mass amount of people. So my approach with activism, in a sense, is just showing people how normal it can be to be how normal it can be to be vegan and how amazing you can feel.
What's cool is that everyone on the panel has different methods and different approaches, and I gotta say, Earthling Ed definitely catches my attention in his ability for street activism, like talking on the street. He can talk to a fisherman, a farmer, whatever, and he'll just keep them engaged, and he can talk to them, and they'll just listen to his arguments. You have such great arguments for any sort of non-vegan angle, and I saw your vegan visits a dairy farm video. I mean, you have lots of compelling videos out there, so please tell us about your approach and what you think about activism.
Well, to me it seems so simple because veganism is so grounded in logic and rational thinking. All we need to do is show people the truth and just speak the truth. And the problem is it's such a simple message, but it's become so convoluted in culture and societal indoctrination and such that people have kind of lost touch with the simplicity of not harming animals, right? So for me, my activism is really just about showing people the truth. It's so simple. It's just telling people what they already know, that animal cruelty is wrong and you can't eat animal products without inflicting cruelty onto animals. So for me, it's just having conversations with people, because I truly believe that's how we change people's minds. It's through conversation, right? And through having discussions, we can highlight their cognitive dissonance, we can highlight their hypocrisy, highlight the backwards thinking that they possess in their everyday actions. And through doing that, you can create such a profound reaction in someone and make them realize that actually they're living in such disalignment with their morals. And visiting things like the dairy farm and such, it's just, you know, in the UK it's really bad. People have this misconception that we have really great welfare standards. It's kind of a thing that happens all over the world. In the UK it's a huge thing. Everyone says we have high welfare standards, we treat our animals so well. Now we all know as vegans that that's nonsense. It doesn't matter what country you're in, but in the UK a lot of people are still blinded by that. So I like to visit these places to show the objective reality. Look, these are calves in crates, this is standard practice. These are pigs with mutilated tails and chopped teeth, this is standard practice, and just showing people that there's no humane way to exploit an animal. So it's just about getting that message out there in the most simplistic way I can, which is just showing the truth, speaking the truth, and hopefully influencing people that way.
It's awesome.
My name's Chelsea, and I actually have a question for Ed. I've actually been really inspired by social activists and watching their channels the last couple of months. It's been absolutely insane watching what they can do. And I'm actually not familiar with that vegan couple, so I'm going to definitely start checking out your stuff after this. But Ed, when you go out and you talk to complete strangers, I mean, when you first started doing that, like, try to think back to your first, like, interview or debate. How did you feel, and how did it go also? Like, was it smooth, or did you have like a lot of hiccups? Like, and how did you get to where you are today? What kind of things do you practice?
I remember the first one so vividly, and I was terrified. Like, honestly, I was proper nervous, and I got like a text from someone. They were like, "We're going to Camden to do some street interviews. Do you want to come along?" And I was like, "I'm not so sure about this, right?" But I remember I went along and I had this conversation with an American couple that were on holiday, and they were just so friendly, and I thought, wow, this is great. And this is what I've realized from doing interviews, is that the people you speak to, I find it so fascinating, because you meet so many different types of people, and everyone's got little like idiosyncratic behaviors that make them unique. And there's not many chances in life where we go and speak to a complete stranger. Like, we never do that. But then you get to connect with someone, you might only be speaking to them for 15 minutes or whatever it is, but you have this little rapport going. And I just get such a buzz from it. So I remember the first one. I remember the second one I did, more importantly. I had this conversation with two South Africans, and I was super, like, it's just like during my angry phase, so I was a bit cutthroat with it. And I remember he was saying about humane slaughter, like electrocuting pigs, and I said, well, how would you like it if your mum was electrocuted? And it didn't go down well at all, right? So I thought to myself, wow, I didn't do so good then. So I kind of like took a step back and reflected on what I'd said in the conversation. I realised that I was too angry and too aggressive. Now, I always say to people, like, it's so important that you feel angry, because like we have to have that fire inside of us, and the reason we feel angry is because we care. So like, even though like I try and be calm and stuff, like inside I'm insanely angry at the world, right? Because it's a disgraceful thing what we do, right? So find that passion inside you, that fire, and then just practice. Just learn all the excuses, right? Circle of life, religion, whatever it is, and practice. Like, what are you going to debunk that argument with? Like, I practice in the shower, right? Like, wash yourself in like protein, though, like nuts, seeds, beans, grains, whatever it is, right? Like food chain, circle of life, practice with your partner, practice with your parents, practice with your friends, just practice with yourself. Just keep saying it over and over again, and before long you've just got it, right? And whenever anyone says something to you, you're fine, because you've done it 101 times over. And what it always boils down to is taste, right? There is no justifiable argument to not be vegan, and people realize that, and they always fall back on taste. So you'll find that when you talk to people, it has this repetitive cycle of the same excuses, taste, right? So if you can figure out how to debunk those arguments, you'll be fine. So practice makes perfect, and confidence. Just go out and do it, and you'll build up your own confidence over time. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay.